King Henry VIII, a complex legacy of power and change. King Henry VIII, one of England's most iconic monarchs, reigned from 1509 to 1547. His 6 marriages, dramatic religious reforms, and the founding of the Church of England make him one of the most intriguing figures in English history. This essay will explore the life, reign, and complex legacy of King Henry VIII, from his early years to the enduring impact of his rule. Early life and ascension. Henry VIII was born on June 28, 1491, at Greenwich Palace in London, the second son of King Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. His elder brother, Arthur, was initially groomed to be king, but his early death in 1502 propelled Henry to the throne as the heir to the Tudor dynasty. At the age of 17, he ascended to the throne upon his father's death in 1509. Henry was a young, athletic, and educated king with a passion for music, poetry, and sports. His early years were marked by optimism and enthusiasm. Marriage and the quest for an heir. One of the most significant aspects of Henry's reign was his pursuit of a male heir. His marriage to Catherine of Aragon, his brother Arthur's widow, did not result in a surviving male heir. Henry's concern over the lack of a male heir fueled his desire to annul his marriage to Catherine. This pursuit would lead to a series of events that changed England's religious landscape. In 1525, Henry began a relationship with Anne Boleyn, a lady-in-waiting to Queen Catherine. The king's desire to marry Anne and his belief that his marriage to Catherine was cursed due to his brother's earlier marriage led to his desire for an annulment. This desire for an annulment, initially driven by personal reasons, eventually transformed into a religious and political movement. The English Reformation. The annulment of Henry's marriage to Catherine of Aragon set in motion a series of events that would lead to the English Reformation. In 1534, Henry enacted the Act of Supremacy, which declared the king as the supreme head of the Church of England, effectively breaking with the authority of the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church. This move was driven not only by Henry's desire for a male heir but also by political and financial motivations. The English Reformation had far-reaching consequences for England and the religious landscape of Europe. It led to the dissolution of monasteries, the confiscation of church lands, and the establishment of the Church of England. Henry's break with the Catholic Church and the creation of the Church of England were seminal moments in English history. They laid the groundwork for the religious conflicts and divisions that would continue to shape England for centuries. Marriage and dissolution. Henry's marriage to Anne Boleyn in 1533 resulted in the birth of his daughter, Elizabeth, in 1533. The marriage to Anne, however, was tumultuous, marked by political intrigue and accusations of adultery. In 1536, Anne was arrested, charged with adultery, incest, and treason, and subsequently executed. Henry then married Jane Seymour, who finally provided him with a male heir, Edward VI, in 1537. Jane, however, died shortly after giving birth. Henry's subsequent marriages to Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr were marked by varying degrees of drama and turmoil. His marriage to Anne of Cleves was annulled, and Catherine Howard was executed for adultery. Catherine Parr was the only wife to outlive Henry. Legacy and impact. King Henry VIII's reign had a profound and enduring impact on England. His religious reforms and establishment of the Church of England paved the way for the Protestant Reformation in England. The dissolution of monasteries and the redistribution of their wealth bolstered the monarchy's power and altered the social and economic landscape. Additionally, the Act of Union in 1536 integrated Wales into the Kingdom of England. The reign of Henry VIII was also marked by a centralization of power in the monarchy. His use of Parliament and royal proclamations to further his policies contributed to the development of a more powerful and centralized state. This centralization of power, coupled with the seizure of church lands, bolstered the king's treasury and control over various aspects of society. Henry VIII's 6 marriages and the accompanying drama have been a subject of fascination for centuries, inspiring countless works of literature, art, and film. His complex and often ruthless personal life is as much a part of his legacy as his political and religious reforms. Later years and death. In the latter years of his reign, Henry's health began to deteriorate. He became obese, and his mobility was severely limited due to an ulcer on his leg. His political decisions also became increasingly erratic. In 1547, Henry VIII passed away at the age of 55, leaving the throne to his young son, Edward VI. Conclusion. King Henry VIII was a monarch of contradictions and complexities. His reign was marked by dramatic personal and political events that would forever alter the course of English history. His legacy includes the English Reformation, the establishment of the Church of England, and a profound impact on the religious, social, and political landscape of England. Henry's quest for a male heir, his 6 marriages, and the centralization of power during his rule are all key elements of his historical significance. As one of England's most iconic monarchs, Henry VIII's legacy continues to captivate and intrigue historians, scholars, and enthusiasts alike.